Allow your hands to fall heavy on your back. And perhaps notice how warm your hands feel wherever they are in your body. Feel your inhales and your exhales as you feel the rise and fall of your belly. And just notice if you're clenching. Does your breath feel shallow? And if so, just continue relaxing. Relax your legs. Feel all the way down to your feet. And simply take a second to acknowledge and feel your body. What does your body fully feel like? And as you gain a deep awareness of your body in this moment, begin to focus your attention in this room. Keeping your eyes closed, let's begin by noticing the sounds. What can we pick up? Perhaps we notice the noise and honking on the street. We hear my voice. Perhaps you can hear the echo of voices. And let's begin to feel the temperature in the room. What does the temperature in the room feel like on your body? Notice any smells. Is there something that you can pick up on? Whatever it is. Begin to use your senses to gain information about the environment you're in. And as you continue to listen and feel through your senses, take a couple of warm, deep, long breaths. Inhaling fully through your nose, and this time exhaling through your mouth. Inhale through your nose fully. Exhale through your mouth, letting it all go. One more time as you inhale deep into your nose. And you exhale through your mouth. And now as we land here in this space, with full awareness of our body in space and time, we slowly begin to open our eyes, picking up everything that is around us, being here for ourselves and each other, with a deep curiosity of what is to happen. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Nice. Okay, we have divided the session into 3 segments. Segment 1 is happiness, how to be happy, and the third one is passion, how to be passionate about wanting to be happy, right? All right, so before we start the segments that we're going to discuss, I would like everybody to talk about why they got into what they got into in their particular field. Very short, actually. If that we can start in this video.
Okay, can everyone hear me? Yeah? Yeah? Is this better?
Okay, thank you, Gabby, for that grounding exercise. It was a great way to dive into this. So, Miriam, I love that you asked this question because I think why we do what we do, whatever it is that we do, carries so much about ourselves in it. And so I used to, for many years, answer this question with a very different story. And this is what I love about the stories that we tell about ourselves is that they are always true, but they represent different facets and different layers of what we carry, and they evolve over time. So I'll start by telling you what I used to say, which is true in its own way, is that for a long time I was lost. So not to say that we need to know what we should be doing at a young age, but I was so confused as to what my interests were, what my purpose was, and I was one of those kids at university who kept going back to the career counselor every few months and what should I do, changing my majors, changing my classes. And to be honest, I came out of that without finding an answer. I ended up majoring in something that's so far away from who I am and what I believe in, and which is marketing, after bouncing off a lot of psych courses. And I think the story that I used to tell is that I was so lost and far away from my inner voice. So I didn't know. And then I came back and I dove into work and I discovered that no, actually I want to work with people and I want to work in a healing capacity. And I used to say that this field just found me and it's great because I love it. And now that is true to a degree. But the question that I started to ask myself is, why is it that I was so disconnected? Why is it that I didn't know? Why is it, not that we need to know career-wise, but why was I so ungrounded in what I needed? And what I've come to understand about humans is that we require two things when we're growing up. One is attachment, because humans are born without any skills to survive. So we're one of those mammals who are completely dependent on our caretakers. So we require attachment and we require authenticity. Authenticity is to be who we are, to express, to say how we feel, to say what we like, free of judgment. But when authenticity and attachment challenge each other, we let go of our gut feelings. We compromise authenticity in order to maintain attachment. And that is the story of my life. So based in the home that I grew up, so I am a child from like a multicultural family. My mother's Australian, my dad's Pakistani, and my parents had a very difficult marriage. So I saw a lot of surface level miscommunication, but the air was thick and dense with deeper, unconscious, lost communications, different woundings, silent kind of misunderstandings that I was just absorbing. And when you're in an environment where you need to attune constantly to everyone else and to what might be being meant or said, you kind of let go of your own gut reaction. You let go of your instinct. It becomes a self-abandoning journey. And so I discovered that I couldn't actually connect with myself because of what I had been through. So I think healing happens to so many of us in different ways, and that's what we're here to show you. We're all from different healing modalities. So for me at that time, it wasn't therapy, but it was other experiences, and I started to reconnect with myself, get in touch with what I needed. And one thing that I'll say is, by all means, don't take away that always trust your gut feeling, because there are plenty of times that you shouldn't trust your gut feeling, and how to know the difference is maybe something we'll come back to at some point. But that's how I wound up here. So, and part of my passion for working with couples also comes from how do our woundings and the fragments that we carry within us come together, and how do we work with that, because that's what I've seen. And for a long time, now this is the new story that I tell about myself, because this is the deeper layer that I now understand. This is why it's so important for me to spend my life as a healer, constantly healing myself through my work, constantly coming back to myself, constantly reattuning with my own gut as I work with others to do it. Thank you.
So with me, we all have